Greetings, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel on That Is. I'm so pleased to welcome back Melissa Brace to the show. Melissa has been with us now for a couple of weeks. We are doing this on Thursdays at 5:55 p.m. PST, so same time, same channel every week. We're hoping to bring you these beautiful messages of doing live psychic readings with Melissa. From the chat, from our chat audience. And so we hope to do the same today as well. But first, welcome, Melissa. Welcome back to the show. It's so great to have you. How are you today?
Hi, Raquel. I'm really excited to be here. It's a great day. Hey, everybody.
Awesome. Let's check in. So we've got Vintage Sweet Pea in the chat. Welcome to the show, Vintage Sweet Pea. It's so beautiful to have you here. We've got 4 people in terms of numbers, but do check in, folks. We will be checking in with you as we go through the show. But I think Melissa would like to give you specific instructions in terms of how she would like to interact with you regarding questions. So if you can be as specific as possible, that would really help her in giving you a really potent reading. So if you would like to identify yourself in terms of your name, perhaps your sexual orientation, and then to ask specific questions about something that you want to know about a loved one, about guidance in your life, or if you want to hear from someone that's passed on, a loved one, or if you want to hear from your guides. So yeah, Melissa is more than happy to help you with all of that as we go through the chat and ask people to interact with us in the chat room. So the more specific you are, the better it is for Melissa to answer those questions, because it's a very short reading. And so we're hoping to get to as many people as possible. But in the meantime, the two of us will be chatting about a few things. And, today we've decided to talk about channeling itself and talk about the afterlife. And if we do have time in the towards the end, we'll talk about a little bit about music and Melissa's offerings as it relates to music. So all very exciting stuff. So thank you, everybody, for being here and interacting with us in the chat. And if this video is brings you joy, brings your heart happiness, please put a like on it to help the channel out and to help more of I guess these type of interactions. So please share it with your friends, share it with as many people as you know, and help this community to grow, because we do need more people speaking the same language. So without further ado, let's begin the show today. So welcome again, Melissa. Is there anything you want to say before we dive into our show?
I'm just excited to be here, and we can ask questions or on the psychic readings, even though they're very short and succinct. Anything in the entire universe we can ask. So I'm just excited. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So if you guys don't know Melissa, or haven't caught the 2 shows that we've had in the past, Melissa is a natural born psychic medium and a channeler with over 30 years of experience. She is renowned for her abilities, clarity, integrity, and kindness. And in her own words, Melissa says she is a multidimensional conduit and connecting directly with God. Her diverse titles and roles cover many spiritual practices and beliefs. Some of them are starseed healer, divine alchemist, visionary, a mystic, she's a life coach, a Reiki master, a spiritual hypnotherapist, animal communicator, a curse breaker, prayer warrior, and a cosmic guide. And for many years, she has been affectionately known as the Angel Lady by those who seek her guidance and support. An unyielding commitment to love at the heart of her calling and mission. Her purpose is to help others awaken to their true selves, guiding them to become who they were truly meant to be. And so Melissa focuses on guiding individuals towards healing their hearts, cultivating love, happiness, and freedom, and standing firmly in their divinity through ascension and awakening. Melissa's journey began in the Midwest, where she developed a deep connection to nature. She now shares her love and light to guide others spiritually. So beautiful, Melissa. I keep going back to this introduction and it just rings true, for me, it's just you are all of that and more, and it's so beautiful that you are here to help so many and you have been doing the work for so many years. So I'm so grateful to be having this conversation with you and to know you really, and to be on the same wavelength with you at this very crucial time in our ascension, right?
Me as well, you. That's
Thank
what I thought
you.
when I first met you too. I thought, oh, soul tribe, thank you.
It
You
can be
know,
a
and
very lonely time, right? Like if you're doing this on your own. And so I felt that too when I was first, breaking through into my own spirituality. And I thought I was weird and I was, um, whatever word you want to describe it. But, I wasn't on the same page as many people around me. And so it felt, very isolating, very much alone. But then once I met people like you, I'm like, wow, this is fantastic, and then your heart just opens up and you feel welcome, you feel yourself, you feel authentic, and you feel received to be able to speak your voice, to be able to speak your truth, so yeah, it's beautiful to have that sisterhood, if you will, and that ability to speak the same language. So thank you for being you, for being here, for sharing this message with us today.
I'm honored. And I have been seeing, tell me what you think. Have you been noticing that you get to cross paths with even more soul tribe, like I recognize you, and they're all different kinds of people and maybe not even in our same spaces and places, and it just feels like it's just becoming more natural that we recognize each other, and then I think it also helps in the remembrance of who
Absolutely.
we are.
Yeah.
And I'm just been delighted to be able to cross paths with people lately that are just like us.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's become tenfold, if you will, 20-fold as the days and months go by, like and I think it's a ripple effect, when two people or more get together, like Yeshua says, we make an impact on the collective, and so it's that ripple effect, the two of us talking, it just goes out into the field and it just awakens something in the heart of people. It's that vibrational energy that we vibrate into the field, and it's very enlightening, if you will, right? So yeah, whether people know it or not, we are bringing that light in, we are anchoring that higher light in with these conversations alone. So yes, I do believe that more and more people are waking up, and we see it all the time. Like I see it even in kids now, kids are they already
Yes.
know, they come into this world awakened. So when you talk about, like even my nephew, when I talk about what was it the other day? We were talking about dimensions, and he's like, "Yeah, I know what a dimension is." I'm like, "Wow, it took me 50 years to learn that." And
Well,
so,
still not all the way sure. Like,
yeah,
I think we got more to learn, or I do,
yeah,
on that. And that just is astonishing in such a cool way
yeah,
for the young people. I want to like hold them up and say, go for it. Like, go do it. Yay.
yeah,
Here's
yeah,
the torch.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
They're
they don't
brilliant.
understand everything, but it's up to us to guide them and to help them along. But yeah, I was like, I was flabbergasted. I was like, good. So I started getting him to read my book, the first book that I wrote, and so we do a bit of reading together for him to improve his language as well, but also to explore and expand his mind. And he's got that curiosity as well, and he's like, okay, I understand this, but I need some time to process it, he says. Because it's quite a lot to understand. So yeah, he's very interested, so I'm happy about that. And there are lots of kids like that, who already know, who already understand. So yes, 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 I love it.
Truly. And 'tis the season for all of us to continue
Absolutely.
processing and learning and expanding and growing. It just is really fun. I got to go yesterday with a starseed mate of mine. And of course, I live in Sedona, Arizona, which is known for its beauty and the energies. And we got to go. I found a new place to go meditate and pray with him. And so we just sat in the dirt and soaked in the sun and flew through the dimensions. I mean, we weren't doing it together, but it was just so, I mean, just so beautiful. And there were lots of kids out that day.
Yeah.
So, and they all just, you just could feel it in their energy. They know, they got it.
Yeah. 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 Well, since you mentioned that, perhaps we can talk a little bit about what meditation is, and do you have a daily practice? Like, what is your daily practice? How do you connect with the divine? And that would
I
probably
do.
segue into us going into channeling, I suppose.
Yeah. I've pretty much done it about the same way for 300 years.
Yeah.
um, and sometimes people go, "Oh, do you climb on top of the Bell Rock?" Which is a mountain that has these big curves and it looks like a little bell and it's large. And I'm like, "Oh, no, not me. No." But I do like to go outside and touch, unless it's too hot or too cold, touch my little feet to the ground a lot during the day, off and on, and in between appointments too. And I like to start the day out and in the day with just some meditation. And even on the days that I am real choppy and I'm scattered and I'm worried and scared or sad, I still pull it all back in and kind of what I didn't know the words to use and go into 0 point
Mm-hmm.
um, since I was a young lady. And sometimes I take a notebook with me too, just in case. I don't
Mm-hmm.
always receive messages and downloads and transmissions that I understand, but connect and hold it and breathe and just ask for God's source creator to move through me, the breath of God to move through me
Mm-hmm.
and hold it. And again, if I'm scattered, I'll do it again in 2 minutes and again. And so I just spend, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes every day starting things out and throughout the day sometimes. And I'm really lucky to get to almost like have one of my clients was calling me and saying, "Okay, I'll see you in 2 hours on the Zoom." And I said, "Okay, but I'm out at one of the vortex places. Pardon me, I can't chat right now because I'm meditating." She said, "You have a fantastical movie life." I said, "I don't know, but I sometimes do my meditation while I'm doing the dishes
Yeah.
or taking out the trash too." So I just try to pull it into every moment. But on the big meditation, I start out as much of the day as possible with breathing and truly just going inside, whether I can feel it or not,
Mm-hmm.
holding that and asking the divine breath to move through me
Yeah.
and tell me how I can help today.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I think what you said was so important, being present in every moment and bringing that into every moment, right? Because we tend to forget that, right? Um, and so I think that's really powerful in living through that every present moment. And once you've established that 0 point field, that sort of lays the groundwork for your day, right? So yeah, that's really beautiful. Yeah, my practice is pretty similar. I wake up at 5. I do about, depending on the day, half an hour, 40 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes, just tuning in like you do to that higher self energy. And that sort of, it's like making a phone call to God, right? You're like connecting the line,
Mhm.
tut, 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 and it goes up, right? And so you sit in that spot and you say, okay, I'm ready to receive now. And you make that connection. And so I just sit and review what has happened, in the last couple of days and just connect and say, okay, what am I doing today? How can I be of service? And sometimes I get the impression that I need to do certain clearing. If I had like perhaps a bad dream or something, that's definitely an indication for me to clear my field. And so, whether that happens or not, whether I have a dream or not, I make it a practice to clear myself anyway in the mornings. It's like having a shower, right? So it's like that spiritual cleansing, if you will. So just clearing away everything, sweeping everything away, and then just beginning fresh for that day. And then just tuning in to see what is coming up and where it is you need to help, what you're being called to do for that day. And, I journal as well. So I either keep my computer close or a journal close by to log whatever comes through. And so I make note of what it is that I need to do. And after that, I do about 45 minutes of yoga. And then that sort of sets the pace for me for the day. And so that is like my daily meditation and yoga practice. So, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Really beautiful. Do you find that the journaling helps process things and helps you remember at the same time, like helps
Absolutely.
you like really understand some of the transmissions and downloads that you're receiving?
Absolutely, absolutely. I channeled. I don't much care for that word channeled, but that's the way we communicate, right? So yeah, I channel those two books entirely through my fingers, just receiving and transcribing it through my fingers into my computer, right? So that was like 6 months of meditation, if you will, right? So yeah, it was beautiful. It was like I went off into a different dimension,
I
during
think
that
you
time.
were.
Yeah.
I
So
think you were.
it was really fantastic, because I was one-on-one with Yeshua for the second book, The Voice of an Angel, and with the other book, um, All That Is Progressing to the Fifth Dimension, I was speaking to the collective of three, which was a being from the 12th dimension, a Palladian and an Arcturian, so very powerful energies. And so as these beings came to me, I had to be completely in tune in that present moment to receive whatever they were trying to tell me. And so it was like having this team with me all the time, as I was writing the book. So we do perhaps a chapter a day, and then we'll write in the morning. And I used to get up quite early. So from 3 to about 5, we would write. And then during the day, I would go about and do my stuff. And then towards the evening, we'd do a review again and edit if there was any editing to be done. And then we'd go on to the next chapter the following day. So yeah, it was really quite beautiful. And during that review, if you will, and the writing, I was also asking my own personal questions. And so all of that, I kept a separate diary, if you will, like an electronic diary. And so I would plug in all of my questions and their answers so that I had a record of it, um, on various subjects. So yeah, my expansion was so beautiful during the writing of the book. And even now, like if I have anything that I need to ask them, all I have to do is just ask and I get the answers. And like I said, I think we talked about this briefly the last time. You don't just get like one or two sentence answers, you get an expanded version of it and how things came to be and how it impacts us in the present, in the past, and the future. So yeah, you get the
Yep.
full download.
Yeah, sometimes it's super cosmic, isn't it?
Yes.
I do the same things, and sometimes I actually twice this week I've got to get a lot of meditation and just really big prayer work in this week. And I've had to text myself like, "Oh, I'm going to forget this," and I text myself like what part of the message or open an email that I'm not going to send anyone, just journaling email for me. And I do the same thing. I go, oh, okay, that's working on my deep trauma healing, and this is my download and transmission. It's very cosmic, and so I do the same thing, and I find it really fun. All the years I've gone to the dollar store a billion times, and I'll just go buy a chunk of the 99 cent, which are now $4. But for most of our lives, they were 99 cent notebooks,
Oh
and
yeah.
I would have little pins stuck in my hair and stuck in my bra, um, and I'd have one in the car, and had one in the bed, and had one in the living room, and one in the bathroom by the tub, and so um, that's always helped me a whole lot too. That's beautiful. I love it the way you do it too.
Yeah. And it helps, when you reflect back and you think, wow, my 29-year-old self or my 40-year-old self, how different you were and what you were thinking and writing about at that time. So yeah, I think it's really important to reflect personally how you've grown and where you've grown and what your thinking process has been over the years. So yeah, it's really beautiful to practice that way.
Fun.
Shall we dive into some questions?
Yes, I would love that.
All right, let's check in with the audience. So we've got Vintage Sweet Pea today from Oklahoma. Thank you for joining us. Um, and you have a question, and she says, I think it's a she. How old was I when I was abducted, and will I meet my hybrid children? Is that good enough for you to answer the question, Melissa?
Yes, yes, thank you. How old were you when you were abducted, and will you meet your hybrid children? I think you have a couple of them, and this is an like a serious question. Um, I think you've been in a program for several lifetimes, and so it's always very young for you. You have an interesting angelic DNA, whether anyone knows it or not. And so there's something about a um, program or that's you've experienced. I think you were young, like 5, 4, maybe even younger, because you have some groups of beings that check on you, and they say that you know how to say, "Excuse me, um, don't be scary." And I do not consent to this anymore. And so it's almost like they say, you know what to do. I believe on different levels that you have or will be able to connect with hybrid children. Yes, the answer is yes. And it's almost like a coming from a place where you belong. There's like a family. It's family, like maybe perhaps we haven't felt before here, like a little bit clearer than the earthly distortion that sometimes confuses us, or makes us feel like we don't belong, or a little bit here on the earth family plane. But I'm seeing 2 children, and yes, yes, and yes, you will know them. They talk to you sometimes, or at least one of them can, in your dream time. And you can ask also, again, for like anything that you would not prefer to have happen, like, so we're all working on coming out of the lower matrix and undoing those cords and ties and what we could call slavery and things like that, energies. And you can ask a connection from source, or whatever you call that pure God connection, with those children in a different dimension, and be pulled into the highest good timeline, and be able to remember and feel them sometimes, because they're telepathic. That's a great question. Thank you. I hope that makes sense and helps and rings true in your heart.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Melissa. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful message. These are very, like we talked about earlier, these are cosmic times, and we have to, in a way, bring ourselves to understand how we exist as not just human beings, but as interdimensional beings. And so, we are stepping into those other dimensions and becoming familiar with other impressions of not only our own lives, but our past, our future lives, our impressions in on other surfaces, on other planes of existence. So as I look at
Mhm.
your alien in the background there, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. So we have to remove that fear aspect from our minds, because Hollywood and the media try to project fear upon all of these beings. Really, they don't necessarily have to look like us. When you think about it, if you look at particular how do you call it, ecosystems on this planet itself, you have animals, you have living things that don't necessarily look like humans. They are living within that biological sphere, if you will, of their atmosphere. And so, the aliens, if you want to call them that, live within different planes of existence. And so they look different, they feel different, they think differently than us. And so, but that doesn't mean to say they're not connected to us. So we're all connected through the creator. We're all having different experiences, but we're all connected to the creator. And so we have to think differently now as we progress through this ascension and become familiar with all of these other energies, these other existences on other planes of existence, perhaps. And that's where all of these, impressions, like Vintage Sweet Pea has talked about, having those interactions with other civilizations and having hybrid children and things like that. We have to become familiar with those subjects, right? So yeah, thank you for that question.
Mm-hmm. And I like it, on that note, I just remember yesterday real profoundly right now, my friend and I, that we went out to meditate together and really just, it was really praying and meditating together and do some cleansing and clearing and grid work. And we looked at each other and he goes, whew, it's a galactic day. And I thought, yeah, it's odd. This is unusual. This is not the normal. And so, and it was, I've been remembering this since that moment, that we actually are, when we say, I will call in my higher self. And there are pieces of us within the divine blueprint of who we are in the different densities and dimensions. And it's like hard to catch, but we are them. Some of us have more background of certain types of beings and layers in this little movie theater that we got going on.
Mm-hmm.
And as we come together in wholeness, that's where it's just kind of fun. The cosmic part, I think, is where we get to align and become clear and remember our true rights, and also our spiritual abilities, our knowledge, our wisdom becomes pure and clear.
It's in our genes, it's in our genetics, it's part of our DNA. So all of it is energy, right? When you think about it. So it's in the physical body. So when that becomes activated, of course you're going to remember it. You're going to remember that very minuscule part of you that was perhaps on Mars, or on the Pleiades or somewhere. You have that impression of yourself being there, right? So yeah, absolutely. So thank you for that question. Vintage Sweet Pea says, thank you, Melissa. It's all very exciting, and a big red heart. So yes, absolutely, it's all very exciting.
Thank you,
I just
Vintage
wanted
Sweet
to
Pea.
say, yes, thank you. I wanted to say that both Melissa and I have services that we can specifically offer to you if you wish to indulge and, clear away all of those questions, if you will, and come to a clear understanding, I suppose, of how these things work. From my perspective, I offer courses that connect you directly to your higher self and align with the creator. Or you can even go the route where, if you're dealing with perhaps trauma from past lives, or hybrid children in this case, I can help you clear away all of that, severing of those energies, if you will, and aligning you back to that 0 point energy field with the creator. So yeah, please connect with Melissa or myself if you need further help in any of these areas. All right, let's go to the next question. We have Jen Lily, One Rare Orchid. How lovely. I would like to know if my sister-in-law will be okay. She might be diagnosed with MS, but not officially yet. Will she be okay with the treatment? Do you want me to repeat that?
Did you say Jenny Lee?
Jen Lily, One Rare Orchid.
One Rare Orchid. Jen Lily. I'm picking up on your sister-in-law and a lot of other people. So it's family. And they're saying yes, and you will, yes, it will be as it's meant to be. She's very strong. You know what I'm seeing happen is that you all support instead of in, oh, poor, scary energy, which is rude of me to say it that way. But I see you saying, yeah, I see you, I love you. And you hold up an energy that helps her clear out anything that is toxic, which we could all use. I think we should do this often. And energetically do some work, perhaps, Reiki or energy clearing or working with someone. And I feel like, yes, it's going to go really well. Something about safety and clearing some past life things. And she's very strong. There's an old lady here, pardon me, for the delay moment. There's an old lady here saying, we know, and we will walk with all of you through any of the changes and the uplift and working through some things or processing. Yes, you'll know what to do. And I'm seeing a lot of streams of light coming to her and immersing her in those Christed energies. And really, it's almost like realigning her chakras, because I'm seeing colors. So rainbow, what we would call the rainbow covenant, which would be holding up the true divine plan of source, nothing that we dream up, but in all the different dimensions. So she has help in many aspects, many layers, and a cute old lady that's a little bit proper. It's making me want to sit up straight. That says, we know, and we will hold you up.
Beautiful.
So I hope that's helpful.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel that. Like you have all of these beautiful energies around this being, right? That's going through this process of disease, let's say, right? Yeah, yeah, totally. So I think just keep the faith and know that you're protected, you're shielded, you're protected. And sometimes we do have to go through these difficult things in our life, whether it's disease in the body or disease in the mind or emotional instability. Just surround yourself by that divine light. Surround your family by that divine light and know that you're protected, you're shielded, and just breathe through that disease in the body and know that it will be healed and that you will, as a collective, pass through this difficult period of time. So absolutely.
It's not her fault. I keep hearing it's not her fault. She likes to take responsibility and be strong and take care of things. And she's awesome about it. But it's not her fault.
Mm-hmm.
To blame herself is what I mean. Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes women tend to take on more than they really can, right? They take responsibility for the entire family and loved ones. So yeah. So this is perhaps the universe's way of saying, take care of yourself, take care of your body. And so I think she just needs to, center her energy and let that healing take place from that divine energy. Are you feeling complete, Melissa? All right.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Jen.
Jen
Rare
Lily, One
Orchid.
Rare Orchid. Yes, that's such a beautiful name.
That's awesome.
I love the creativity, hey, when it comes through this way. So beautiful. So thank you for your question. I hope that helps you with your friends, with your sister-in-law's path, and just with your family. Yes, she says we're thinking positively. Thank you. She has a 6-year-old, and we think of them. Thank you. They are in our thoughts and prayers as well. So thank you for being here and for asking these beautiful questions. So for anybody that's just joined us in the chat, thank you for being here. I see there are a few folks that have just joined us. So just to reiterate what we said in the beginning, if you do have a question for Melissa and you would like a psychic reading with Melissa, just make sure you're very specific in what it is you are asking. Perhaps if you would like to share whether you are male or female or your sexual orientation, and what it is specifically you are asking for, whether it's a question about your path, your life, whether you're wanting to connect with a loved one, or if you're asking for guidance from your spiritual guide. So as specific as you can be, that would really help, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We have someone from Australia. Awesome. I'm in Adelaide at the moment, coming to you from Adelaide, and Melissa is joining us from Sedona. So welcome, Spider Bite number one.
Well,
From
Spider Bite.
Australia. Let's see. Did you have a question? Absolutely. You can have a reading. So just plug that into the chat. Let me just quickly scroll down and see if there is a question from Spiderbite1. I don't think there is, so please type in your question. Melissa will be happy to answer it. In the meantime, we have Terry T8811. May I please have guidance for general, I think, for what I need to know now from Spirit. Thank you very much. Terry T8811.
Hey, Terry. Thank you for your question. I'm feeling you be surrounded by a lot of very wise soul tribe, soul family, council is what the words that I use, like for your angels and guides. And I think you're getting ready to possibly come out of it. If anything feels stuck or stagnant, like, okay, is this it? Is this all I get to see, know, feel right now? I feel like you get to break through and choose. So I'm getting your one of your main messages is dream really big. And they're saying that you've cultivated a lot of skills, talents, abilities, truth in your own right. And you're going to see a profound change. Yes, there's an answer. Yes. If you want to change something in your immediate surroundings. Something about either a child or a young person. Yes. Yeah, your connection too is really like the old soul vibe, really cool. And you do have clear communication with your connection with God, source creator, the divine universe. So I think this is going to be fun. So if it's been kind of dull and not fun, which, you know, I got to say, we all have some moments. Sometimes it's a long moment.
Yeah.
If that's happened at all in the recent months or years, it just feels like there's movement and you'll feel that joy again. You did not lose innocence. And so you got a childlike laughter inside, even if you got a poker face. And I'm seeing it kind of be a little bit fun to watch the changes unfold, even when the outside world is a little extra chaotic. You're like, no thanks. And I'm just seeing profound peace immerse you. And yes, the young person's yes. Okay. Yes. I hope that's helpful.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Terry.
We have a question from Charlotte Evans, 1957. Hello, ladies. I'm from Oklahoma, she says.
Charlotte.
Melissa, is there a message from ancestors or guides for me today?
Yeah. Thank you, Charlotte. The first thing I'm feeling is that you're very loved, that your interesting path and journey is going to be amplified. Your connections are strong. You're very loved. You got that light going on. So you have fun guides. And this isn't fair because I know who Charlotte is. This isn't fair. Because it's easier for me to say, oh yeah, I can, oh yeah. Because you've got the Bigfoot Collective, or a Bigfoot Collective, because you got some real cosmic friends coming in, and animals. Did you ever have a cat, Charlotte? Because I'm seeing a cat or a smaller animal. And animals coming in, and you got a group that I'm not focusing on, like I don't see all their distinct features, but loved ones crossed over saying that, yeah, Christ is here, like the Christed energy. And
She says
good
yes
job.
to cats. Yes to
There's a
cats.
cat here that's like, hi, I would like to like sort of come to the forefront and say hello to mom. And your guides are spectacular. They're around different kinds of energies. And they're saying you've done really good work. And it feels like this year, like, don't forget that you made these interesting dreams come true, and you're going to do it again this year and in the next cycle. And everyone in your family would like to say hello, especially this cat. But you do have Bigfoot saying, we know each other, and you're going to learn about it's almost like gateways, portals, how some of the beings move in the different multi-densities, dimensions, and in and out, and when they are seen or known. And they say that many different kinds of beings have let you know that like, hey, we're here, you know us, because you're very advanced in your odd thinking, which meaning odd here on earth, not that it's actually really odd, in a good way. And you are so loved, you are recognized and loved. And yeah, everything's going to be okay. And there are a couple, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to stop, but there's a couple more. You got animals, the cat, the Bigfoot, I think like parents and female, male here, and a deer. And that'll be a sign for you. And you're going to see some super cosmic galactic shooting star things. And again, they're saying, tell her she understands deep processes and interesting things that a lot of people would not have ever thought about. And you're going to understand dimensions and portals and gateways and stargates and things like that, as well as how these dimensions can come in and hold us up and sweep away the distortion and help us heal and come back into ourselves. And it's going to be fun. Also, the plants, the greenery, the plants, your area. And thank you. They're saying thank you to Charlotte for cleansing the area. Cleansing the area of some of those things, so that the area, the history, the land, the grid work is what you're doing. Um, Above and below grid work in different timelines, and even just naturally. So thank you for doing that and holding that anchor there, even if it looks like on the outside that you're like, okay, I'm fine. And I feel like new job, new direction, new income, something's going to be just fine. And so thank you for holding that good energy, even when it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
You got a Native American coming in. I don't know, it could be a family friend, because all of us from Oklahoma seem to have some Native American background, whether we knew it or not. And so then there's a Native American ancestor or guide that's saying, hold faith for the new crop, the new cycle, to hold clean and clear freedom for the people. and nourishment and support. So, and the Bigfoot's just, it's like, I can't even. The, the Bigfoot is shaking his buns, blowing
Oh,
you a kiss,
beautiful.
just a
Beautiful.
little
Thank you.
dance. So I hope that is helpful. I hope it rings true. I hope it makes sense. And so thank you very much, Charlotte. That was delightful.
Yeah, I could feel it. It's like crackling, the energy. It's so nice. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Charlotte, for that question. I just want to qualify what Melissa said. It's just we are like pendulums of light, the way I see it. It's like we are connecting that. We are like a thin anchor, if you will, connecting the earth and the sky and, the creator and Mother Gaia. And so once we have that pure connection, we are grounded in that energy, and we are in alignment with whatever's coming. It's like blowing in the wind and being in alignment with the wind, and whatever shifts and things are happening around us, nothing can shake us, nothing can break us. But if we have those slight slivers of splinters or damage or trauma in our field, that's when we get attacked and we are not in alignment. So the more we come into alignment with that energy, with our higher self energy, the stronger we are, right? So just bringing in that, again, that daily practice, that connection to that 0 point energy field. So, bringing in all of that together, and just that beauty of connecting to all of these energies that come in, our guides and our past friends, our spiritual guides, all of them will be active, will be within your field once you make that connection. So thank you for that beautiful transmission. Shall we have another one? Are you okay for another?
Yeah, I would love that. Yes.
Okay, the moth path says, hello and thank you for taking questions. I was wondering if there was any advice from the spirits in my life about my current relationship and how or if I should end the relationship. I am feeling stuck. I think there's a follow-up question to that. Yes, to add specifics to that, I am a female married to a male with some control issues. I also have some financial constraints that make it hard for me to see what options I have. So that's from the moth path.
Beautiful. Thank you. I am seeing a little bit of very first thing, I'm seeing a little bit of control issues, which we have all had. So it's not trying to be negative about anyone or anything, and feeling like we're stuck and things like that. So and having a hard decision point, choice point, and how do we do it? I am seeing you actually find a lot of freedom and feel like you did back in the day before we knew how tough some of this 3D world could be, like how much it costs to buy tires, or relationships are harder than we thought sometimes.
Yes.
And I'm seeing you be able to choose whether you want to stay or go, and not be in waiting or be in equal balance in a lot of things. And I'm seeing you ask an aspect of yourself to go through, almost like the doorway, and come back it home to you. I'm not saying it very well, but like you're calling back your energy, and an aspect of yourself says, yes, we would like to do it this way or this way, and this can make it easier and almost help you break through. And I'm seeing you maybe even um, I don't know, go through some kind of process where it's crystal clear what you want to do, and love will reign in that. I feel like your finances are going to be better than you think coming up as well. You also have a male in spirit that wants to say, I'm holding you up. And he's kind of old, so I don't know if he's a grandfather or a father or great grandfather even. He's got kind of he's not a real bouncy. He's got like a straight face, like, yes. And he's saying, we're holding the foundation for you. while you cleanse and clear some of the parts, like what we would call maybe perhaps the generational lines, and come back into order, like you're doing the heavy lifting. And you're also so loved, even when it hasn't felt like it. And the confusion or the, control issues, I'm seeing you almost call out to an aspect of yourself and say, how can we cleanse and clear this and come back into yourself, and you will know what to do. I'm seeing you enjoy life. I'm seeing you laugh like you haven't laughed too much lately, it feels like. And I'm seeing you have more income, but not as stressful. So it's not, what I'm seeing is your work, your participation, your responsibilities not causing as much, it's almost like to your detriment anymore. It's almost like in the flow. And I do feel like more finances, safe, home, safe. And I feel like your energies of your house, you might want to do a cleansing and clearing of the house. You've got loved ones that are going to just like hold that lightness of being, that state of being that you want in the house. And dream big also. So that must be a theme today for us to all dream big.
Yeah.
And know you are loved, and it has all been worth it. And you will know what to do. And they will never tell you like, yes, you should just leave immediately, or no, you should stay. But the old guy is saying, remember, it's a new time. And so be kind to yourself and don't judge yourself or blame yourself too much, and know that you don't have to be like we used to be, where we didn't know we had options. We didn't know we could choose differently. We didn't know we could learn further. We didn't know. And your box is expanding, and the control issues, I'm seeing them come off like, and the light streaming in to your experience, your life experience for you, your child, your children, your surroundings, your work, your neighborhood. And I feel the light, it's just so light. I'm feeling you breathe differently too. And so they're saying they're helping you hold the foundation that in your heart you really want, even if you can't remember it right now. And you can ask your guides and guardian angels over the next days and weeks and months, um, something that helps me a lot. And I say, well, I can't remember what makes me happier, how to choose this. I can't, I'm a little confused. I don't know how to do this. And you can ask for the energy or God, source, creator, the divine universe, Christ, whatever words you want to use, that is right for your heart, to show you and help you receive that happiness and reignite it back, so that you know. Because I feel like you're just
She says my
on.
grandfather passed away last February. I wonder if that is him coming through.
I believe so. Were you kind of close to him sometimes, even though he didn't talk about everything all the time?
There's a delay, so we might have to wait a minute.
I'm seeing him, whoever this is helping hold up, especially for the DNA and the generations, hold up a particular expansion. And so it's almost like he paved the way to here, and you're paving the way much forward. And there's happiness there.
Yes, she says he
Remember.
was very quiet.
Yeah, him. That's the one.
Okay,
And he's got kind of a faith, holding a faith for you, like almost like holding your hand. He's got you. It's almost like when you feel like you're just gonna fall down and you can't, your face down on the ground. He's gonna hold you up, like he's got his hand behind your back, going, "We hear you and we know." And you'll feel that breath of God move through, and you will know what to do. He believes you. He knows. And by the way, he's all right. He's in the right place.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. I hope that helps you the moth path. That was a beautiful transmission. Thank you. I think we are getting sort of a general feel, aren't we, Melissa, in the field, for healing, for uplifting, for just being joyful in whatever it is we're doing, right? And we're definitely supported in whatever we open our hearts to. I'm getting that general feeling as well. So I think that's a
Yes.
beautiful message for the collective to take from
And,
this transmission.
and dream big.
Mm-hmm.
And I know none of us know how to sometimes, but I feel like
Yeah.
it's in these changing times. I feel like that the light streaming in can really help us elevate. And even if we only can do it for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
5 seconds,
Yeah.
50 minutes,
I've
it's
I've
so
written about
powerful.
this. I've written about this in my book as well. But we, as a default, are traversing, if you will, through the photon belt at the moment. So we are
Yep.
entering that energy field of the Pleiades, which is, I think it's 100-year passageway, if you want to look at it that way. So we are entering this energy field that is pure divine light, pure love. And so whether we like it or not, we are being bathed by that energy of the creator, of the Pleiades, which is the planet of love, right? And so be ready to receive that. As long as we open our hearts and we are ready to receive it, we will get that. If we are blinded to it, we still get it. But imagine expanding our vision, expanding our mind, and being able to understand just what it is that's happening and what we are receiving. There is that switch, if you will, that happens in the mind when you understand what's truly taking place. So explore that potential. You will see these things change and shift in your life, whether you are receiving messages in the dream time through your guides, through your ancestors, or whether you're connecting to your higher self and that direct connection to the creator. You're going to receive these messages anyway, but being conscious of it, being aware of it, is where we are switched on, we are activated, and it becomes a more embodied experience for us. So yeah, keep practicing that. It's like a muscle. You just have to keep working at it.
Beautiful. Yes. And for Mothpath, um, I'm seeing her have a few signs that become kind of normal. And it could be signs like your body all of a sudden feels tingly in it for a moment, and you feel like, oh yeah, that's yeah, yes, or new, or sit down and breathe. Or it could be my favorite, because I am so visual,
Mhm.
are seeing visually seeing the signs, and I feel like your abilities to connect with the ethers are going to be super super amped up. And one of the signs I'm seeing is you hearing a bell. So it could be someone's telephone, it could be on the television, it could be a bell,
Mhm. That's beautiful.
which I
It's
accidentally have
awesome.
one in front of me.
No, it's not accidental, I don't think. She says, "Thank you so much for letting me know he is in a good place, or he was in a good place. He was the best man I ever knew in my life." Um, yeah, I think that's really a beautiful message. So thank you for asking your question. I haven't forgotten you, Spider Bite number one, so I will come back to you.
Hey,
Are you
Spider
ready for
Bite.
one more?
Yes.
Okay. Spider Bite says, Raquel, you're in Adelaide. I'm in Northeast Victoria. I'd love to find out who or what the spirit was who blew on my cheek one morning when I woke up. Let me see if there are any other questions or comments that followed from Spider Bite. Let's see. I have
That's a
never
good
ever had
question.
a reading from a psychic. I guess I missed out again. No, we're dealing with your question. So hopefully you are here still in the chat box or in the chat room. So yeah, that looks like it. So and I think somewhere I saw, oh yeah, she's a woman. So yes, Spider Bite is a woman. And she says, I'd like to find out who or what the spirit was who blew on my cheek one morning when I woke up.
It's beautiful. I'm feeling really strong that it's a feminine presence. And to me, it also feels, this being feels a little bit cosmic, a little bit angelic. So I think you could have had, kind of as you were waking up, it was who you were, what I like to say, traveling with in the night, connecting with, and in those different dimensions. It feels feminine and it feels like a guide or an angel. But I think you might have had loved ones with you as well. So if there's a particular woman that you think it might be, she was also present. And it feels like that they were helping adjust you. It's almost like you asked, like, what can I do? And your answer was coming, and they're going to let you know that they are there. Sometimes that might happen again. You might get little kisses or the warmth. And I'm seeing a little bit of a little light flash as you wake up or as you go to sleep and go, is someone up turning on lights? And it's not. And they're just kind of leaning in to the dimension, your density, and making sure you feel them. So you'll experience them in different ways. But you have an angel with you, and I believe it was an angelic being that's a feminine feeling angel, very pure and flowy, that was helping you align with like like happiness, like aspects that you want in your life, like fun and connection and love and happiness and all the healthiness, radiance, and it's real gentle. So this might be a Pleiadian vibe as well. But your feminine crew came in, and they love you very much, and they say you're beautiful as well. I hope that's
She
helpful.
says, I think I see light flashes. I thought it was my eyes.
I question myself on that one also sometimes. Um, I think that the dimensions, your higher self, your loved ones, your connection with God, they're almost like saying, "No, we have a little bridge to you. It's just a little startling, so we're just going to gently flash a little bit over here, and we want you to know that we hear your truth, we hear your questions, and remember that Source knows your truth.
Mhm.
You're not behind, you're not alone, and not in any way, shape, or form will it stop. It's going to be like, I think you're going to get cool signs, and there's a little bit of extra angelic DNA in it. I don't
Yeah,
know about DNA,
beautiful.
but
Yeah,
like activation in it.
yeah. Yeah, I think the key is not to be afraid, It's like fear is like a taint, if you will, The minute you bring fear into any of your connections with the divine, it's like poof, it goes away. It's very, very, how do I say this? Very tender, very gentle, very fragile,
Gentle.
right? So you have to be in a constant present state of mind to be able to interact with these energies. If you bring in fear, which is a very dense, very aggressive energy, then you will not be able to interact with these energies. It'll just be distorted, right? So try to bring yourself into that calm state of mind. That's why meditation is so important, so that you can come into that state of mind to be present, to be able to connect with these very fragile, tender energies that is the creator. So, whether it's connecting to your higher self, to your guides, it's all that same beautiful, tender, gentle energy. So try to be in that calm state of mind and not allow for any distraction, any fear to come into your reality during those specific moments in your connection. And you will
Beautiful. And you can even
experience it.
ask
Yeah.
that. Um, I remember the moment that I decided to do. I'm very curious. I want to know how things work all of my life, which doesn't always make it easier for me. But the moment I remembered, like I would see little flashes and sometimes little orbs, like they would linger a moment and let me see them. So there's purples and blues that come to see me sometimes, and
Mhm.
different beings of light, pure light of God. And I would go, what do you want? Finally, I realized, I'm like, that's a being.
Yeah.
And I was learning how to connect with, in my human mind, because, we just feel so separate from all that
Scattered.
most
Yeah.
of our
Yeah.
daily life.
Yeah.
And I could hear them answer, "You're going to be okay. We love you. You're safe."
Yeah.
And I was like, and it wasn't out loud. So it's okay if we don't hear. It's probably better if we don't hear physical voices out loud all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so throughout my days and weeks and months, sometimes I get a little flurry of them and they'll go, "Hey, we just want you to remember that you're doing okay." And that's it. And you
Good
can
enough.
ask, what?
Yeah.
What can I know? Who are you? And you can also get, and so even if it's a little like, did I just make that up? Just maybe take it and roll with it a little bit and see, because they will answer who they are,
Yeah.
and um, and bring you that kind of giggly
Confirmation.
lightness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And for these flashes that spider bite is getting, it's like, ask for that confirmation, say, okay, I see a flash of light, can you show me a yes or show me a no? And how do I know that this is coming from, my guides or my higher self? Like, what is this energy? Start to engage with it, and try to figure out what the message is. So yes, awesome. Thank you so much, spider bite. We've got
Thank you, Spider Bite.
Spider Bite says, that's helpful and beautiful. Thank you. I was feeling a bit down today. Thank you. I truly appreciate you. Awesome. Thank you for being here, everybody. And yeah, I just wanted to remind you folks, put a like on this video, please, to help us out with the channel. And I'm really, really enjoying this. Are you, Melissa?
I am having a blast. Yes.
It's so
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Yeah, we had some really, really great questions in the chat today. And thank you so, so much, everybody, for engaging with us and just interacting and bringing your energy into the room and your experience. So thank you for sharing those very potent, real energies and real life experiences with us. If I haven't answered your question, I apologize. Please come back next week, as we will be doing this every Thursday. So we've just gone past the hour mark, and I don't like to go too much longer than that. So yeah, so just do come back, do contact Melissa and myself. Contact information will be in the description below. If you want to have private sessions with either Melissa or myself, please reach out. Our links will be on our individual websites. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me or Melissa as well. And I think as a way out, Melissa, I just wanted to quickly touch base on what's coming up for you. What would you like to share about your services? And if you want to maybe spend a couple of minutes on talking about music, you wanted to interact and sort of bring music into your sharing, into your practice, into your session. So yeah, if you want to just talk a little bit about that before we sign off, that would be great.
I do. Thank you so much. So music was always my thing, and my business is called Soul Song, Sedona Soul Song. And to me, that just means it's like the frequency, the tone connection with God in the bigger picture. So that's what it means to me. And my sister used to go, and some of my friends, I remember my priest friend that I love so much, he's my brother. Um, he got me a keyboard one time because I grew up, I played the cello and the piano and a tiny bit of guitar, and I love to sing to this day, even when it's not good. It makes everything all right. And so my sister would always ask me, like, can you please put some, like, in you, like, you've done this job for so many years, can you put music in, tone music? That's your thing. And I remember saying that over a decade ago. And I was like, yeah. So I thought recently for us, because it can enhance and just activate us and help us expand and touch the universe in the ways that we are supposed to. I'm going to add a session with music where we're going to choose some theme songs and listen and sing together. And even if you're not in person, I'll go to one of the vortex energies and we'll interact and we'll sing together and we'll whatever we want, and we'll activate and uplift and rise up and hold hands together, just as each one of us needs to do. And it's going to be fun. So kind of quirky and interesting, beautiful way to rock and roll right into the
I
the
love it.
higher energy.
You've got to get on just beside you there. So I love it. I love that, you're bringing that aspect of yourself into your practice. It's so beautiful. But yeah, I think music is very important. Toning, bringing your voice forward is so important because you are speaking your truth through that vocal cord, through that energy field, through that sound. And if you remember the primordial sound of Om, the creator
Yeah.
experienced itself initially by that sound of Om, right? And so it all
Mhm.
started with sound. And so, for us to bring that energy forth in all of these different permutations and combinations is just beautiful. It's like the creator experiencing itself through us as sound once again in all of our unique ways in which we bring sound forward. So, whether it's music, whether it's toning, whether it's singing, whether it's even just laughter, so it's beautiful. Thank you for doing that. Yes,
And it's
absolutely.
not 963 today. I had it out 2 days ago for just the tones and the colors. And so, yeah, whatever is right for each
Yeah,
of us.
yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Okay.
And
Thank
I
you.
even talked about a little bit about music in my book as well. The first book, All That Is Progressing to the Fifth Dimension, and the distortion that we experience even to this present day in the music that we listen to. So very
Totally.
briefly, in the I think in the 1940s, around the Second World War, I think this was during the time of Hitler when they brought in that doctrine, if you will, to change the frequency of music from 432 hertz to 440 hertz, which is a distortion. So if you
Yep.
go and look at that on YouTube, there's a very clear distinction visually if you look at the 432 hertz and the 440 hertz. And all of the music that we listen to today is beamed out in that distorted 440 hertz. So we are actually accepting that music into our body as a distortion. And 432 is also the vibration of Gaia, Mother Earth. And so we were in alignment with Gaia with our own music, but that has now been distorted. And so we have to think about how it is we project our own music into the field by giving it that correct tone, if you will, right? That correct and accurate.
And tune ourselves up too. Because
Yes.
all the music and all the televisions and all the whatever is tuned to that 440,
Yeah.
and how we can shake, shake, shake and
Yeah.
tune up into what is right, the 432, and get everything back into divine order for us. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, 100%.
Such an
That's
easy and simple thing to
wonderful.
do, right? Yeah. Yeah.
And I wish we would have known about it 1,000 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
so I think it's wonderful. Yeah, this is going to be so much fun. This next cycle, this next era, whatever words we're using.
Yes. The new earth, I like to call it. So absolutely.
Newer.
New earth. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Melissa, it's been a blast. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your beautiful energy and for sharing your insight, your wisdom, and just, bringing in all of these beautiful messages for all the people that were in the chat today. So I thank you on their behalf because we've got so many beautiful messages in the chat thanking us for what we have done here today. So thank you, ladies. They say, Spider Bite says, I rarely listen to music these days. I'm constantly humming. It drives me mad.
That. Mhm.
That's all
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
So
Perfect. That's
yes,
perfect.
yes, yeah, it's your own frequency. So just fine tune it. I think if it drives you mad, fine tune it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you,
Thank you,
thank you.
Raquel. I
Yeah,
am
it's been
so,
beautiful.
so joyous we got to do this today.
Awesome. Me too. Thank you so much. I had a blast. We will see you next week. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.